Hello, bourbon hounds. Are you a bourbona? Are you a bourbon drinker like me, baby? Then you got to try Rabbit Hole, baby. Rabbit Hole is delicious. What makes Rabbit Hole special is they view bourbon as an artistic expression. Each of their original works of bourbon are made from one-of-a-kind mash bill recipes using specially malted grains. Every Rabbit Hole expression is aged in both charred and toasted barrels, including Derringer, this one right here, Rabbit Hole's award-winning finished bourbon. This expression, they have taken their fine wheated bourbon, aged it again in Pedro Jimenez sherry cask out of España. They got aromas of caramel and cherry are going to lure you in, baby. Then dried fruit and sweet wine to have you fallen in love. A perfectly sweet taste profile is incredible. It's so delicious. This award-winning spirit scored a perfect 100 points at the Proof Awards. It won double gold at the prestigious San Francisco Spirit Awards. And of course, it was named one of the 25 best bourbons in the 21st century by Robb Report. You got to try this stuff if you haven't. I've tried a lot of bourbon in my day, and I really do love Rabbit Hole's unique expressions. This one in particular, the Derringer, is very, very good. You got to find a bottle near you. How do you do that? Go to rabbitholedistillery.com, rabbitholedistillery.com. Or you can go to rabbitholedistillery.com/drizzly and you can get $5 off your first order with that promo code RABBIT. That's all you got to do. Go to rabbitholedistillery.com/drizzly, take $5 off your first order with the promo code RABBIT. Jump down the rabbit hole with me and drink responsibly. What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time joining the show, welcome to the show. Like I always say, we got a good one for you today. Shout out to my man, Steve Harvey. It's Michael Peña. Michael Peña, what an incredible actor. What a brilliant dude. So cool. So wonderful to get in touch with him to dive deep into the history of his career. I have a special on Netflix right now. If you haven't seen it, Cheeseburger, please watch it. Please watch it. You know, and tell some people about it, my friends. Enough rambling. Let's go to the episode.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You're that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. It is the first time this gentleman's been on the show. So happy to have him, Michael Peña.
¿Qué pasa, my friend?
Also, I have the you saved in my phone. I have the accent Peña over the.
It's called the tilde.
I call it accent because you have to have an accent when you say Peña.
Oh, I thought you meant accent like Peña.
Peña.
Yeah.
Peña. Because otherwise I would say Michael Peña.
Yeah, they used to call me jalapeno.
No.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, dude.
And where are they now? Where are the bullies?
Chicago, Maris, where like you're
Shite
shite down, right?
Wait, where are these bullies now that called you?
No, it was the coach. It was the wrestling coach. Hey, you fucking jalapeno.
Come on, jalapeno. What are you doing?
He's like, but you know how it is in Chicago. It wasn't meant like in like super racist. It was like to toughen you up a little bit.
But was it racist?
A little bit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
but it was.
no doubt.
But you know what I mean? It's a Chicago racist,
right.
which is a little different.
Right, it was good-hearted. It was like
You can't do that shit now, though.
Nah, you get fired. That dude gets fired.
Yeah, that dude gets fired for sure, and
When
he
you
never works again.
picking off the sticker?
Dude, this is a brand new.
This guy gets G4 hats sent to him, so it's just why you know.
Look, you get PXG, you get clubs.
Leave the sticker on, baby.
Dude, no, I can't do it. Remember when that was popular back in the day?
Leaving stickers and tags on hats?
Yeah,
It was hot, man.
I never understood it, but you know what?
But you know what it was?
not
You know
that
what the
guy.
thing was? It was stickers and tags, but it was also the birth of like it was like how much like they wouldn't just do just stickers. It would be like hologram stickers started to appeer. You know what I mean? Like then they stepped the sticker game up. Did you ever see that Key and Peele sketch about that? About who had the bigger hat?
Oh yeah,
it's wild.
yeah.
At the very end, he had just like a woman like sewing a hat on his head, like an Asian lady on his head. I was like, that was the exact idea that everyone thought of when they're like, oh, who's the next level? Those dudes did it, probably some of the best, Key and Peele, and now Jordan is struggling financially. They're both struggling. They're not working, those guys.
Did you see that? I can't believe the stuff that they got away with. I mean, but they're the ones writing it. But the slave auction?
Yeah, it was great, dude. That was that was such a funny sketch.
What the hell? Like, who thinks of that? And by the way, who okays that?
Comedy Central.
They got balls. They got balls.
Well, they also shut down. So I mean, they're gone. Well, I mean, they're like now they're only a digital company. I don't think they're doing anything on air anymore.
They're not like part of the cable networks.
I think they're just a Viacom subsidiary now at this point. Really? I think we are.
You know
too.
more than me. You know more than me.
We probably are at this point right now.
I basically now dude, it's changed so much. I like watch YouTube more than anything.
Well, that's what we're on right now. That's the best part about it. I think now everything's going to become one place. I think you're going to go to one machine, whatever the biggest thing. Google owns everything already. You're just going to literally talk to your TV and be like, show me this. And it'll just give you, you know, I think they'll also do, show me Michael Peña and Charlize Theron and Billy Bob Thornton in a action, horror, black and white film.
And it'll blend those 3 movies together.
And make it for you.
And make it for you. Right
AI will start to just make, like Bruce Willis, he sold his
NFT?
He sold him, I can't even speak. He sold his likeness. Do you know this?
No.
To be used like in perpetuity.
Because he quit acting, right?
Well, because he can't, because physically I think he's ill, right?
Yeah,
he can't, but he
yeah.
sold his likeness so that they could put him in movies and film using his face, his image, and his voice. They did a rendering that's online, you can see.
And it's pretty good.
Unreal. There's a dude.
Oh yeah, like the fake whatever
Deep fake. There's a dude
deepfake.
playing him, and it looks and sounds exactly like him.
Wow.
Would you do that, dude? Would you sell your likeness?
No, because I like working too much. But like, dude, do you think this is crazy? Because I'm like, now that I'm getting a little bit older, like I'm always afraid of death. I'm so afraid of dying, dude.
Why? You're a healthy guy.
Well, because here's the thing. No. I'm saying like, if you think about it, just to bum everybody out and just be like, let's start this off the right way, right? Dude, when you die who said this? Stanley. When you die forever. And forever is a long time.
It is. Stan Lee, of course. Only a guy that spent his entire career on animation would think so like profoundly about because he lived in fantasy his whole life, right?
Yeah.
So the reality of life probably sets in and it's creepy as shit. So
Yeah.
it is.
And I just saw that last week as I'm getting a colonoscopy and an endoscopy.
How's everything look?
Everything's great.
You got any photos to share?
By the way, I do.
Send them.
I do have some pretty sweet, I guess you can call them shit pics.
Shit pics.
Yeah.
Got a couple shit pics
Yeah,
on the
I
phone. You got single guys have dick pics, you got shit pics.
Here's the thing though, dude. I was like, by the way, they knock you out in this propofol stuff and you're like out. And you wake up, you're like, hey, what's going on?
That was the Michael Jackson shit,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Propofol.
It could have been.
That got
It could have been. Dude, it was, I had to count to 10. I didn't get to 3
before you knocked out.
before I was knocked out. It's like, what?
Gone.
Out. But after that, the doctor's like, doing pretty good at there. I was
Not
like, dude,
bad.
Who says that? They just stuck something up my ass. I'm like, dude, what?
He's like, I gotta tell you, that's a pretty
He's like,
clean pipe.
Pretty
Nice pipe,
Pretty
dude.
good.
But you got to think this guy stares at buttholes often, so
Dude,
he
that's
must
his
see
life.
some troubled butthole.
Dude, do you think that maybe he wasn't a great enough doctor to do something else?
I think about that all the
and
time.
then that's
Who
what you
picks it?
got to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like, what would you pick if you were going to be a doctor, right? If your parents are like, you got to go to med school, what are you picking?
You know, brain surgery.
You want to do that? That's so
Yeah.
invasive and sketchy. See, that to me is the scariest. Give me podiatrist. Give me foot guy. Foot
dude,
doc.
Dude, athlete's foot?
Come on, whatever. You scrape it
on,
off
bro.
and then you... Yeah, but
Dude,
you got to
can
be in
imagine-
somebody's
dude,
brain.
Have you ever any sport, any team sport that you play? Like as soon as you go into the locker room, it smells like ass.
True.
It smells horrible.
True.
Like a bunch of imagine feet,
In your
athlete's
office?
foot, and then that's all
Yeah.
you have to deal with the whole time.
Yeah, but dude, you're opening up someone's brain.
Yeah.
And then the chances of somebody dying in my profession...
But what are the chances of them living?
Brain surgery?
Yeah.
Pretty high. Don't people
Really?
get brain surgery all the time?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I had no
I thought
idea.
it was pretty low, and I was like, you know what? Dude. You know?
You just add another one to the list. I feel like something simple. Actually, kid doctor. What's that called? Why can't I think of the name?
Podiatrist?
No. Pediatrician.
Pediatrician.
Easy money. What's wrong, buddy? I have a cough. That's it. You're fine.
No.
You're
The
fine.
Kids come up with like cysts and weird shit in their eyes, like pus coming out where they shouldn't be.
Have you had to take your kids to the to like the ER over something terrible?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's horrible, dude. We were right on Atwater.
Yeah.
And my kid, I think he's like 3 years old, 2 years old, something like that. And I had some coffee in my hand, and I was like, dude, the kid wouldn't go, and I had to pick him up by one arm, and then take him across the street. It snapped. Dude, because when their ligaments aren't that strong when they're little kids.
You snapped.
Dude,
his
it
arm.
snapped. It dislocated it a little bit. I brought him home. I was so afraid of my wife, dude.
And she was like, "What did you do?"
She's like, she looked at me like, oh, I was the devil. And he's like, tickles, which is even worse.
Even
and then
worse.
we took him to the ER, blah blah blah, and I kind of just moved it a little bit
Yeah,
and
pop
snapped
it
it,
in.
back, popped it back in, and then we left.
Did they do that thing? Did they do that thing when you take a kid into the ER and they have an injury? Do they question the parent? Do they go, now, was this do you know what I mean? Like Child Protective Services? Like, do they think
I think my wife would have thrown me under the bus.
he did it? He took his arm.
No, just he.
Him. Because I think about when I was a kid, my sister and I, she was small and frail, and we would play around and I'd mess with her, and twice I dislocated her arm out of its socket because I would pull her and yank her and it popped out. She'd cry, we'd smash it back in.
Yeah.
But I thought
No big deal.
no big deal. But at some point, it's like, I wonder if, parents are playing with their kids messing around, they get hurt. And of course they go there and the kid is like, he hurt me, daddy, hurt me pull. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
someone in the
dude.
ER is like, I'm going to call
They can
services.
make a movie out of that. They probably already have.
I just think it's like kids get hurt so much, but if the parent's involved, immediately they get sus and they're like, why were you pulling on his arm across the street?
Yeah,
Like, No,
yeah.
I would just, my
I
hands
had
are full.
coffee, and it's like, oh, you couldn't put the coffee down?
Coffee matters more than your child's arm?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they
Not
start
doing very well for the stereotype there, son.
They just start writing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked a little bit off camera. For people, just for the audience's sake, if you don't know who this gentleman is, you're missing. You don't know what's going on. One of the most wonderful actors of our time. He did say, he was like, what am I going to do on the show? Usually I have
Well,
comedians.
because
We've had
I'm
so
a fan
many-
of your show, dude.
Well, we've had so many
And
great
bad
actors.
friends. So I'm like,
Look at you, though.
like-
You're here. You deserve to be here.
I appreciate it, buddy.
No,
but,
I
dude,
owe
I'm
you.
like, but by the way, like, there's a lot of like best of.
Yeah.
So like they show you like just like the
Clips.
and I started watching a little bit right before, actually for like about an hour right before I came, and I was like, dude, it's probably a mistake.
No.
Because it's all the greatest hits.
Yeah, but
everyone's really funny.
you're gonna be a
Everyone's
hit.
really smart.
You're going to be a hit.
You know,
You're already a hit
and I'm
with
like,
me.
it's not. I was like, great. I'm gonna talk like actor
You're a
stuff.
phenomenal actor, a comedic force. Also, you do very dramatic stuff as well. In fact, I'm going to tell you something. There's a weird connective tissue. I was a PA at the studio that did $1 Million Baby.
Whoa,
Isn't that crazy, man?
that's insane.
I was a PA there. It was Lakeshore was the production company.
Lakeshore with Tom Rosenberg
Tom Rosenberg
and Gary
did.
Lucchese.
Chicago guys.
Yep.
Which is how I got the job because my mom worked for Tom Rosenberg. Well,
Whoa,
worked for
dude.
a company of Tom Rosenberg. So Tom Rosenberg used to be in the real estate game in Chicago, had owned a
Yeah,
company
yeah.
before he moved here.
Yeah, and Gary Lucchese actually
We know
sponsored
him.
me.
We know him.
So check this out. When I did $1 Million Baby, like I had a really small part, and my apartment was the size of this room.
Yeah.
Right, the entire apartment. Like here's my bedroom. Here's the living room. Like it was. I mean, it was a shoebox, right? For
Yeah.
like for a grown man
In
to live
Hollywood?
No, in North Hollywood. Literally, dude,
Yeah,
right
North
here,
Hollywood.
right by Aquavista.
Right.
Cheap. It was like $400 a month, like really super low overhead. And just because I had a small, like Clint Eastwood hires you, people were like, "Oh, who's that guy?" So that kind of changed my life. And then the year after, Crash comes out, totally changes my life.
100%.
Doubled the
Double the size.
Double the size.
So you went
dude.
from 200 square feet to 400 square
400
feet.
square, like
One car
just like
garage
a
or two car
boss.
garage? Yeah.
No, I mean, I didn't have a garage. Did I straight up had a bus pass.
Seriously?
I had a bus pass.
When you were
dude.
doing- when you-
the 159, dude, going from Vineland all the way down to Hollywood.
Yeah?
That's this guy.
Wait, so when you did that movie, you still had a bus pass?
I had a bus pass. Wow. Because I wouldn't pay insurance on my car because I didn't always have the money. So then I had to get a bus pass. And I would walk, dude. I would walk to like Trader Joe's and buy water for 59 cents, 49 cents.
So when you got your first big check, you put it away as fast as you could. You didn't spend any of it. Did you do some irresponsible shit at all or no?
No, dude. I've always been super frugal, dude. I didn't spend it on anything. I'm like, because I wanted to make sure that I could do the movies that I wanted to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I seen a lot of times where like somebody gets a little bit of cash and then they buy this crazy house, and then next thing you know they're doing Power Rangers 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I didn't want to be that guy. I wanted
Right.
to like.
You wanted to do what you wanted,
I wanted
to
to
do.
be an artist, bro.
You are, bro.
I wanted to be an artist.
Yeah, but you're lucky that your talent can get you there. I think that's the tough thing, right? A lot of people that get into the business, you know, it's hard for a lot of people to be picky because they don't know how much their talent's going to get them through. I mean, you obviously believed in it and it worked, which is good, but it's a fickle world, man. It's a fickle beast.
Yeah, in a weird way, I got super lucky because like I was doing a ton of guest stars and I was like always a gangbanger.
Yeah.
Gangbanger number 1, gangbanger number 2, you know, gang leader, blah, blah, blah. But it actually got a lot of time in front of the camera. So I can try things that I was learning in acting class, and I basically learned, you know, I studied Sanford Meisner technique.
Meisner, baby.
Meisner, because you did that, right?
I know Meisner.
Yeah, you did that.
I know Meisner.
Yeah, dude. That's why I bring it up. See how that goes around?
It circles around.
See what it is?
You were using that
on set,
even in the
dude.
small roles.
On set.
Yeah.
Like, no, even in auditions that I never got.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't care. So I'm like, I had 10 years of that and thinking, I was like, I got to somehow get better.
Right.
At telling this story. And so like I was able to really study. And so it was kind of a blessing in disguise, you know what I mean? Now I'm like, okay, I just want to tell the story.
I tell you, if you ever do a one-man show, you got to call it Gangbanger number 2.
Oh yeah, and the dream is to be the gang leader.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucked up, dude. You know what I mean, dude? Like
Just
when
to get
you're
to
like,
Gangbanger number 1.
dude, imagine the phone call. I'm like, no, they gave it to Jay Hernandez again, like, or whoever it was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for real.
One day you're gonna get it the gang
You're gonna
leader.
get your
gonna
agent at
gang
the time.
leader.
You're gonna be Gangbanger number 1. We're working on it.
Yeah,
we're working on it.
Come
dude.
on, baby. What do you
Come
think?
on,
He's
man.
like, at least you're getting a shot. You're getting
This
close,
doesn't happen
baby.
overnight, baby. You can't just be Gangbanger number 1, man. You got to slot your way in.
Yeah.
I mean, that world does really toughen you up, right? It makes you learn to appreciate shit because you see it, you're so close, you like tasting it when
Yeah.
you're only getting like a roll or two. What's the from your resume, what's like the one guest star thing that you thought was going to be like a big thing for you, but it didn't kind of like, was there anything that you were like, couldn't wait to be a part of the show, then you got it and you were like, this kind of fucking sucked?
Dude, I'll tell you what, dude. I booked a reoccurring role in Felicity.
Oh shit.
Oh, do you remember
was
that?
big.
Do you
That was
remember that?
big. Yeah.
Yeah, I played Brian Berkey. And
Brian Berkey.
Brian Berkey, right? And so I worked on it so much,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know how to do any kind of comedy, and I was starving, and I really needed money, and I was like, okay, let's, and I call it lightning in a bottle. Like I went to the audition, I crushed it. Everybody was laughing. I felt funny, which was kind of new to me because I do mainly drama, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. I showed up on set. I was so nervous. I didn't even look anybody in the eye. I was looking at chins.
Why you were staring down?
Because I didn't feel funny at all. And it's so hard to be funny. You're naturally a funny dude, but for somebody that's coming in from drama
Yeah.
to try to do comedy, it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
dude.
but you have such a funny it's so strange because you, to me, I feel like you were always fun. Were you funny your whole life? I feel like you
No,
have that.
dude.
Yeah, but your quickness is that of like somebody that's a comedic actor. Like you have the way you operate.
I've done like 5 comedies, like 5 comedic parts.
Yeah, but
then the
you were so
rest-
good at them.
Well, here's
you
the thing,
have it
dude.
in your bones somewhere.
But dude, I remember my old manager who I fired.
Rest in peace,
she
by the way.
actually-
She's dead. She died. And I'm sorry, Sheila. She's gone. She's not
Do you
around
know what I mean?
anymore. You know?
But dude, she actually told me, and I was like, "Hey, can I get some comedic auditions?" She's like, "You're not funny."
Oh, thanks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're fired.
And so
yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
You're not funny.
yeah, exactly.
No,
and I'm
but you
like,
do have such a comedic nature about you that I think maybe
wow,
it's
that's
also
really interesting, man.
You do. You have like I can feel that it's. I don't know where. Like, do you pull? Is there somewhere that you can remember in your past that you pull from? That someone in your family that
No,
you emulated?
here's what I do. Like, I basically I just observe, and then I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's funny," and I repeat it.
It's monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, and then people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh yeah, that is funny,"
Okay.
and that's it.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
What a secret.
Yeah, like
We're bleeding it out for everyone at home.
yeah.
Who's like, that's it?
That's it.
That's all you gotta
No,
do?
I literally repeated, and I was like, dude, that's hilarious. He's like, what? And you're like, this, and you're like, oh, it is kind of funny. But then I'll imitate people. Like I'll imitate like interesting people.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, you golfing are the angriest.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I had no idea how this podcast was gonna go.
It seethes
because you're
inside of
such an angry motherfucker on the
Yeah,
course, dude.
fact. Yeah.
You're like straight up fact, like all cap, like whatever you want to, phrase you want to dish
I'm
out.
so
dude.
competitive.
It's with yourself.
Yeah, it's me. I'm not fighting anybody else but me.
Yeah,
I'm fighting
and
me.
you're like at any point you're just gonna like.
I might do it.
Like what?
I do carry a knife in my bag.
Yeah, I bet
So
you
when
do.
we go out and play again, you might see me.
Yeah.
Got a Shakespearean knife.
Exactly.
I might take
Why
my own
are
life.
you like that?
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, I'm here to talk to you about Manscaped. Manscaped brand new beard hedger pro kit. Come on, baby. How do you think I keep this facial hair so nice and tight and put together? It's Manscaped. It's waterproof, which I love so much. You can shave in the shower and avoid all that nasty hair in the sink so your significant other isn't screaming at you about keeping it clean. It's titanium-coated T-blades, tough on hair, but smooth on your face. Doesn't leave bumps, nicks, cuts, and scratches, which I love. Also, there is the beard shampoo and conditioner. You got to keep this thing nice and tight and tidy and smooth because it can get gross. And you got to use some beard oil. Manscaped has its own beard oil in the kit, and of course some beard balm. It's a pomade that shapes, styles, moisturizes, and sculpts it the way that you want it to look, so you don't look like a disheveled person who just woke up. The Pro Beard Kit also comes with 3 free gifts. Beard brush, comb, and scissors to ensure your beard is ready to impress. You want to get a tight, beautiful ginger beard like mine, you got to use Manscaped. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code whiskey20 at manscaped.com. That's whiskey20 at manscaped.com. 20% off, free shipping. Manscaped.com. Use that code whiskey20. Manscaped beard hedger, 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 lengths.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Take
Why
my own
are
life.
you like that?
Because I
Because you've left after the 6 holes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is
Had to
going
go.
on? He's like, I gotta go, guys.
I gotta go.
I gotta go. And you're not even doing that bad, but you're like 3 over
Sometimes
par.
I'm so competitive in my own mind with myself
Yeah.
that if I also had somewhere to go, so I did have to go home. I did have to leave. No, but like truth be told,
He's totally lying. He's like, by the way, and I was like, I'm making that up, and he's like, I totally had to go.
I had to go. I had to go. I had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
No, but I think that I have a competitive nature about me, and golf truly is such a specific testament to your balance and patience with your own competition, because it's you. You play no one else. Even if you and I are playing a game and we're betting, doesn't matter. It's me I'm playing. I'm playing you, but I have to win all the shit inside of me to beat you. So I'm more focused on doing all the right things that I know the best, and then I'm going to beat you if I can beat you. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I think about golf. So it works sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Well, there's things that the other guy can do too. If we have a match going, like
You're sneaky. You talk shit.
like a little bit.
You do. You're good. Yeah, you know what
like
you're doing.
a little bit. Like
I hear you take little, tiny little, like you'll say something, you'll be like, those are
Well, no,
tough.
it's because we were playing against each other.
Yeah.
And we were playing against each other, and you just slightly hit a bad shot. I'm like,
Oof.
just something like that, dude.
You
for
hear it,
you,
it like sits in your
for
ear.
you,
And I'm like,
and then all of a sudden you're like,
fucking Peña.
yeah.
That's what I say
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
walk away. I go,
Fucking Peña,
son of a
dude. No, I
bitch,
think
man.
I think you're carrying it too much.
Yeah, I'm trying to
even focus.
I'm trying to, yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's what I'm
focus
saying.
on me.
Other people don't really get in my head as much as I get in my own head. But that's the trick of that game that I'm trying to learn is it's honestly, it's a metaphor for everything else in life. It's like you're your own competition in most parts of life. If you can kind of find a balance of of winning over the troubles that you've got and just overcoming all the nonsense, you kind of get to a level. That's why the best golfers, they're almost empty-brained. It's almost like
is it like
life
that in
just
stand-up
happens.
comedy, by the way?
100%. The best comics are really competitive. They're very
They are?
focused. Oh fuck, man, so competitive.
What?
Yeah, we're the most competitive.
Dude, because you guys come off as like, dude, I want that guy to win. I just want him to kill tonight. No?
No, we all are
What?
competitive, dude. We all just
Shut the
we don't wish we don't wish like for someone else to do bad, but you want to outshine so bad.
Whoa, dude, this
wanna
is
be the
so
one.
interesting that you're
Yeah, you
saying
want to be the
that.
one of the night. You always do. But also,
Oh, you want to be the star of the night, right?
Well,
you
you-
want somebody to crush, and then you want to crush even more.
and you want some, and you just you always want more. But it's not like every night is a competition of everyone on the lineup. Like I said, it's you doing the best version of you, but you really still want to like be a part of the upper echelon of that show or that
Yeah,
night or
yeah.
your peer group.
Can I ask you a question? Like, so
Yeah.
if somebody crushes, but say like, if they're at a 10 and they're like, people are peeing themselves, like it's so funny.
Yeah.
Like you're like, number one, are you gonna go out after?
Like go meet people.
Are you gonna go after that comic?
Oh, yeah. That doesn't matter.
Okay, but another
doesn't matter.
scenario. Say somebody's at an 8,
Uh-huh.
right? And then you go on after and you're like, I'm gonna fucking tear it up. I'm gonna give them a 10.
Right.
They're gonna be a 10. And you know that you're performing at a 6.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you keep tabs just like your golf game?
Yeah, it hurts.
Where you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, when you do
I'm already halfway through and I'm not fucking
not
crushing.
doing it. Yeah, you know, and you feel it. But also, you take so many lumps that's so common, right? Like
Really?
you're constantly doing that.
Yeah.
It's like you doing a decade of grunt work of working your way through the business and the acting side. Stand up is the exact same thing. We're just taking so many hits, we get used to it.
Wow.
You know, like every no in an audition is a mediocre set in a stand up club. It's the same thing. Like every time that you go out for something, you don't get it and you really wanted it. That's us in the grind of doing another set that was like fine, but we
Dude.
didn't love it.
That's so scary. I'm like, Brian Callen?
Yeah.
I pitched him some things that I thought were funny, and he's like, dude, I'll put you up on Saturday. I was like, dude, I'm not a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
I have no idea. This was like 10 years ago. I'm like, it scares the living shit out of me that I would never do it.
You didn't do it?
No.
Let's do it. Come with me one time.
No.
Just come with me to a small show.
I almost did a movie where I had to play a stand-up comic, and then I would force myself to absolutely do it.
Yeah. Then you would do it.
I would go and I mean, how long would it take to get 10 minutes?
A 10 good minutes, a long time. I mean, for an amateur, it would take a long time. Yeah.
Like a year.
I would say you could get 10 minutes in a couple of months. A couple of months, you could get a good solid.
That's not a long time.
No, I mean, but you got to do it. You'd have to be, it wouldn't be like once a week. You'd have to go up all the time. You'd have to be doing it nightly to try to collect a really solid 10 minutes. When you're a young comic, getting a 5 to 10 minute set to do on like late night or whatever takes them months and months and months and months. You could put it together, but for it to be really good, it takes a long time. Yeah, well, to iron it out. Then once you get better, just like anything else, you can get a quick 10 minutes. You know, you find one great bit and you just kind of singe it
So, and
together.
is it basically like, I don't want to bore your listeners too much.
No.
But is it like where you have models of jokes where you see certain sequences and then you get comfortable with that sequence?
You find
and then
your rhythm.
You can, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Finding your rhythm?
Well, I mean, you find
and
your
then
voice
you can
is what we
find
say.
like,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of like this. And I'm
Totally.
like, I'm really good when it comes to analogies, or if I exaggerate this certain part, or if I completely surprise him on this part. Like,
Yeah, they say like finding your voice or whatever, but you find your rhythms, you find your voice, you learn. Again, it's just like acting in that sense where like, you know exactly where you slot the best, where you
Yeah.
go, you know the thing you do that you're like, you know when I do that move or that face or that when I emote this way, I'm so good at it. Like you
I don't
know.
ever think of that.
Yeah,
dude.
you do.
No, I don't.
But you
dude.
know,
I swear.
you know what you're good
I
at.
never think of that stuff.
Well, you're one of the worst actors on the face of the earth, so
Yeah.
that's that. That is what it is.
No, I literally think of like, how can I communicate it so that I don't have to think about it and doesn't feel fake?
Right. Well, but that is the
thing.
skill. That's
That
the
is
skill.
a thing.
How do I do it that it's not phony?
And when I do like any kind of comedic part, I literally just do a funny voice.
That's it. That's the trick. Man, you're fucking blowing my mind right now, dude.
It's absolutely true.
That's it.
But it comes from somebody
Yeah.
that in my life, like I did this character, ended up being the Ant-Man guy, but then I tried it out on a couple of, like on a guest star for CSI. And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
CSI NY?
No, the real one.
The real,
the
legit-
main one, dude.
The OG one?
Yeah, Daddy got the main one.
Yeah, Papa gets the real
know what I'm
one.
saying?
Yeah.
And then I tried it on 30 minutes or less, and I was like, it evolved a little bit. But it was based off this guy, Pablo, who has a funny voice.
That you're a friend of yours?
Yeah, well, not a friend of mine, but like he was like 14. He got some girl pregnant at 13, Mexicans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was like 13 years old, so he always hung around the barbecues and shit.
Sure.
And he was like he was selling weed, and I was like, dude, it's legal. You don't have to sell weed anymore.
Right, it's over.
And he literally, I don't even know if I could do it now. He's like, hey, doc, I'm a, hey, bro, real quick. Like, nervous, kind of
Yeah.
like, and I was like, that's funny, dude. And that's it.
And you
Just
utilized
imitated him. And I'm like, you have to do a little bit so that you can think like the character.
Right.
But it was literally just that.
it. Because this dude sat, because the voice sat in your mind.
Yeah.
By the way, that guy, I've met that guy before. I think he sold me weed.
Yeah.
That guy, that
In
very
Chicago?
same guy. No, just that idea, that guy that's like, hey, dog, oh, come on, man. Like that jumpy, nervous.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
That guy. I
It's
know.
like, hey, dog, hey, I fuck with you, bro. What's up, dog? You know that guy, dude?
Yeah, dude.
That guy's everywhere.
I met
dude,
that
like,
dude 1,000 times.
on Logan Square, dude.
Right.
You're like, okay, dude. Okay, I'll buy a dime bag off that guy, dude.
I know that guy.
Yeah,
that guy
dude.
is a real dude.
That guy's everywhere,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so that's how you take that.
Yeah, but that's what I do in drama. I
Right.
take it from like a real person. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do like that in comedy.
And it worked.
And it works.
Well, your secret is out. Everyone at home is like, God, now that they're all taking notes, like, steal voice from weed
Yeah, dude,
dealer.
nobody's thinking that. They're like, good for him. Oh, that's what he does.
Tell
Yes.
me, we talked a little bit before. Tell me as much as you can tell me about what you were just shooting before this.
Okay, when is this coming out?
In a couple weeks. So maybe the thing will be out by that time?
Couple of weeks.
In like 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Okay.
Are you
Well,
afraid?
it's in Spanish. It's in Spanish, so it's not too bad.
Okay. What are we talking? Telemundo?
So no, it's probably better that I don't tell you, but like I'm supposed to pay it for, like I'm supposed to give a little bit of cash, like the TV show does.
Yeah.
Gives a little bit of cash to this person who was a mentor of mine,
Right.
and it was a lot of money.
Can you say how much or no?
Something
A
like
lot.
6 figures.
A lot. 6 figures of money. To
Like,
someone that was a
dude,
mentor in
for
your
a
life.
regular person, dude.
That's
Insane.
For anybody, that's crazy.
Right.
Will you give me 6 figures is what I'm going to ask you next.
No.
No,
but
thank
like
you. Okay,
you
good.
know, but you have 6 figures.
Sure, from you, only because I've taken it from you.
You probably make 6 figures a month,
In my mind, I'm taking it from you.
or in your bank account, you probably make six figures a month.
No, man, I'm still got that bus pass, that 159
Yeah.
bus pass.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
I'm on
dude.
that shit.
That's good, dude. That's good. I like it. I like it.
I'm on that bus pass.
So, dude, and you're supposed to present it right in front of the cameras and everything like that. Blah,
It's
blah,
cash,
blah.
by the way. You're giving this guy a chunk of
Cash.
cash on camera.
Cash, bro. Where I'm like, I couldn't believe that this was happening, because if you make $100,000, you're like, oh wow, you see it in your bank statement. Seeing $100,000 right in front of you is a whole nother thing,
Crazy.
and the person just froze up.
When was the last time you talked to this person? Is it frequently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I talk to this person frequently.
How long have you known
But
them?
you're expecting like, I can't believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shocked, just shocked.
Stunned.
Yeah, you're
'Cause you're like,
stunned.
this
I'm
is
trying
yours.
to pry some stuff. I'm like, what does this mean to you? Blah blah blah. This and that. I was like, give me something, man. Give me nothing.
Nothing.
It
He was
awesome.
like, thanks,
It was awesome.
but it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was good.
Is
We'll
there-
see how it cuts together.
Will that money change the person's life? Like, will it dynamically change their
I
life?
think so. I mean, like, we lived in a kind of a poor area in Chicago, and I think where everything. I don't know if you have friends like that back in Chicago, but everything means something. Like, if you got to get new windows, damn it.
Yeah.
We got to save up for these windows and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Then the bank account's gone. But especially in Chicago, where it's so cold, and you have bad windows, or the windows run its course. Like, you definitely need to change your windows so that you save on your gas bill and
Your
blah
heat
blah blah.
bills.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Would you
all
ever
that
move
shit.
back?
No, you.
Tough. I love Chicago so much.
But the
I
answer's no.
just don't know. Yeah, it's probably no.
No.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know why.
Just say no, dude.
No, it's a no. But I love that city. I love the city. I love the people.
Dude, but I love that you were like, you know what? It's a good. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's tough.
No,
It's
no.
just so
Dude,
tough.
the winters suck, bro.
It's the worst. It
They
is the worst.
suck.
Which is funny because you go to other places in the winter. Like, I was just in New York, and you're like, God, how come these winters aren't as harsh as ours are? We're just so miserable,
Because it's
man.
the Lake Michigan, dude.
It
like
stinks.
You know who I think are like, clearly they're like the badasses of Chicago are smokers.
Yeah.
who work at like the Board of Trade
Mm-hmm.
or some like big like tower, whatever it is, and then they have to smoke. They're that addicted.
Yeah.
And then they're in like a shirt and tie smoking.
You see them all the time,
And dude,
too.
I'm cold in my big puffer jacket.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Dressed like that kid from A Christmas Story. You know what I mean? And they're just smoking and they don't seem cold at all
They don't care.
because they're so used to it.
Well, because Chicago, like, just,
They're the honey badgers of Chicago, I think.
they really are.
Yeah.
It beats you up, man.
Yeah.
You see those guys, sometimes you see a guy in the middle of winter, in a like a dress shirt and a tie, no jacket, right? Just a dress shirt and a tie,
Yeah.
slacks, and he's just out there huddled up, smoking with his buddy, talking. Just
I don't think they're even cold.
they're not even shivering.
No.
His arms
they're
out,
like-
arms are away from his body.
Yeah. And they're taking their time,
Yeah.
dude. They're enjoying it, dude.
It's like,
They're
we're going up to the Dells next weekend with the kids.
Oh,
so.
that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. No, I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah,
a
no,
couple
it's
times.
great. Take a couple drive. Just put everyone in a Buick.
Yeah,
Shut
Mark
up, Mark.
definitely likes that stuff. I don't like it anymore, dude. When's the last time, dude? When's the last time you heard like I don't even know what this means? What was jag off mean?
Jag off. Jag off is you're a dickhead. You're a jerk. Yeah,
Yeah.
you fucking jag off. Jag off is such a Chicago phrase. That
Yeah.
guy's a fucking jag off.
Dude, and then he's like, yeah, okay, pal.
All right, pal.
All right, pal.
Well, all right.
Dude, those
All
are
right,
fighting
pal.
words.
Yeah,
those
pal
are
is,
fighting words.
let's fucking
yeah,
go.
okay, pal.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
That
dude,
is-
something's gonna fucking happen
In
there.
LA, that same term is like when somebody calls you buddy. Buddy is so diminutive to me. I don't like when someone's like, all right, buddy.
Oof.
If you don't know me
Oof.
and you call me buddy,
Oof.
it's yucky to me. When someone's like,
okay.
oh,
They're like, okay.
oh.
Whoa,
You're
dude.
like, excuse me?
Like, yeah.
What'd you just say to me?
Who I don't know who just says that, dude. Who says that? But buddy is bad. Pal, I think.
Pal, yeah. All those things are rude. I don't like boss. What's up, boss? You're
Yeah.
like,
Or guy.
Guy.
Yeah. Okay, guy.
I don't like that.
Guy.
It's
That's a Chicago thing, dude. Those are like. By the way, we have some weird fighting words.
Yeah, those are backhand.
Like-
they're slights. They're tiny little
Like
slights.
if you say, yeah, if I jag off, whatever, you're like, oh, okay, cool. But if you're like, all right, pal. That's not
Excuse
cool.
me?
Yeah. Excuse
What
me.
did you say?
What'd you say, guy?
Nah, don't worry about it, boss.
Yeah.
You're fine, pal. Just get back in your car.
All right, guy.
Yeah.
All right, guy.
It's just a whole lead up to finally just this big
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
going
exactly.
down. It's
Then
just-
you're leaking oil like all of a sudden. That's how those guys are, dude. They're like hockey players.
Yeah, they're ready to. Well, the city's so it's such a tough town that it makes people super defensive. People get really defensive. Here, nobody cares.
Did you just yawn, bro?
Nobody cares. Here, nobody
you just
cares.
yawned, dude.
Yeah, but you know why? Because I had fucking.
A Red Bull?
Yeah, because I drank too much caffeine earlier today. I did that. It's if I have too much coffee, it knocks me out. It's the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I had so much coffee today.
I'm
I
there
was
with you, dude.
Humming. I was humming.
Yeah.
Like I'm on 5 or 6 cups, and I
Dude,
shouldn't
I
be.
just drank like a little cup of coffee because I'm like, I was filming all day.
Yeah, but see,
No, I'm a little like, hey.
can you do coffee now? At this time of night, you can do coffee.
Well, dude, because I said I was going to do your podcast.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
What time is it?
You bucked up. It's 9.
Yeah.
You did it.
It's really late, dude. I'm not going to sleep.
And you left the family.
I hope you appreciate the fact that I keep my word.
You do, man.
I'm wired. I'm cross-eyed
you do
right now.
keep my word. Yeah, you're barely awake. What time do you usually go to bed?
9,
9, and you're out.
10.
Up by 5, 6.
I woke up at 5 today.
Do you work out in the morning?
No. Look at me, bro. Do I look like I work
You're
out?
a workout guy.
No,
you got
dude.
some Hokas on.
Dude,
Those-
that's because I have bad knees.
No, that's not for
By
running.
the way, these are not they don't look good, right? They don't look cool.
They're just, I have 6 or 7 pairs.
You look like a skater.
I am a skater, dude. I'm a skater boy.
Are you a skater?
Whenever Levine wrote that song, I never went back. No. Dude, you know what's so funny? When I was young, I used to skateboard. And I said this literally today to a friend. I said, no board sports anymore. I admitted it.
No, dude.
I'll never do it again.
There's nothing like falling off your board and just your knee just contacting the concrete.
Yeah, well, I don't-
Dude, you have like I used to
Shin
skateboard.
splints?
No, dude. I'm like I used to kickflip, and I was like I wasn't that good. So literally, it would just always hit the same exact spot. Oh, dude,
Never
that
again.
was the worst.
I don't think
used
I'm
to
ever
like
going to do
ramps.
any of that. Really? You'd go off ramps?
Yeah.
No way. Or kickers, or you
Launch
do...
ramps.
What?
I was like back in the day. Do you remember like the Christs?
Hell
and
yeah.
like the airwalks.
You did all that
I was
shit?
that guy.
No way.
Yeah, and it came super easy to me.
Wait, really? You
and
were
then
good?
I was like, dude, I can get sponsored. I had no idea.
And could you?
Nope.
Never.
No,
When
because
did
they're
you-
like, because I looked horrible just doing the simple stuff like skating. I would always fall on my ass. I was always hit like a rock or a pebble or something.
Right.
And go,
So you could hit a ramp and do these tricks, but
not the simple shit.
coordination was off.
Yeah.
Would you?
I would hit it like a little pebble right in front of the, because we had small wheels, especially in Chicago. I don't know
Back
why.
in the day, little tiny wheels.
Little tiny
now they're
wheels.
big.
Oh, are they really?
Cool kids have big wheels now.
Oh.
That's the move.
Yeah, because everybody kept falling on their ass, like hitting those little pebbles.
Yeah, they realized we shouldn't do that
Dude,
anymore.
and plus, like, I lived in a poor area. There was no sweeping. Like, there, you know what I mean?
Nobody's
Like, we had...
The street sweepers don't go that far.
No.
Yeah. Where are you, South Side? No.
Cook County Jail.
You grew up in the jail. My dad spent some time over
Buddy,
there.
I went to Assumption, which was... Like, right after Assumption, we would go and get some Popeyes, right? Inmates right there.
Right next to you.
Right next to, like, we would have to wait for the inmate, and they would order everything, and we would have to wait with our $2 for, like, a quarter chicken with Fanta.
Wait, really though?
Yeah, dude.
Did you ever chum it up with any of the inmates?
No, dude.
Never.
No, because probably the bad move if you're 5.
Yeah, but if you're 5, they're not going to do anything. You're a little kid. They're not going to hurt you.
Well, depends what they're in for.
Well, Cook County is mostly... Oh, right.
Pedophiles.
Right, now that I think about
No,
it.
no, I'm not saying that they're pedophiles. I'm saying, but dude, like, why run the risk?
No, I know.
And you're like, dude, by the way, like, who would ever say, like, this guy looks like a nice guy? I know he just got out of jail, but, like, hey.
Probably a nice guy.
Yeah.
He could be, you never know what he went in for.
Yeah,
Tax fraud.
Yeah.
Tax fraud.
Yeah. Okay, dude.
That's a lot of
okay,
Cook County
Cook County
guys.
jail? Yeah, dude. I don't know about that.
My dad went there for a little while. He's in there. My dad went in Cook County jail.
I think you told me that.
Not tax fraud, yeah.
Wait, but
Drugs.
you were serious.
Yeah, he went away for drugs. But Cook County, he spent some time in Cook.
How much time did he spend in Cook County?
Well, he jumped around. He went downstate.
Oh, dude, I thought you were. I thought you were being
real.
funny.
No, he
I
went
thought that was a
downstate.
bit.
No.
He went to jail.
Yeah.
Did he get raped?
I think so.
No,
I'm kidding. No, I don't think
dude,
so.
your dad got raped.
He was a big boy. He's a big boy. I think he held his
But
own.
I think that's the first ones that they go after.
Yeah, the big guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, soft guys. No, he was he's a strong dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Well, what's a strong dude gonna do against 5 guys?
Well,
In here, we pour whiskey.
Everybody got a website these days, and a lot of them are very ugly and stupid. And it's because we don't know what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, so I use Squarespace to help me put it all together. It makes it so easy. Even a bozo like me with dumb fat fingers can click around Squarespace and create a beautiful, incredible site. But the best part is they've got these member areas and email campaigns and video studios. They've got all these tools for you to utilize. The member areas, they make it easy for creators and educators to monetize their content. Make some money, baby. Expertise in a way that fits their brand. With member areas, you unlock a new revenue stream for your business, free up time in your schedule by selling access to gated content like classes, online courses, or newsletters, which is amazing. You can send out email campaigns with them, and they have built-in analytics to measure the impact of every single time you send. They also have blogging tools, which is incredible. If you're a blogger, share your stories, photos, and videos, categorize, share, and schedule your posts, make content work for you. And also, there is a way to connect all your social media accounts. Everybody gets you all at once. How do you build a website like this, Andrew? Well, you got to go to squarespace.com/whiskey for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code whiskey to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Go to squarespace.com/whiskey. Get that free trial. Try it out. You're ready to launch. Use the offer code whiskey to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Ginger. I like gingers.
No.
He went to jail.
Yeah.
Did he get raped?
I think so.
No,
I'm kidding. No, I don't think
dude,
so.
your dad got raped.
He was a big boy. He's a big boy. I think he held his
But
own.
I think that's the first ones that they go after.
Yeah, the big guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, soft guys. No, he was he's a strong dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Well, what's a strong dude gonna do against 5 guys?
Well,
That's where
one's gonna get you because you got 4 limbs, right? So one, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and then one guy's free to.
What's gonna get you?
One's gonna get
And
you.
it's always the little guy.
That's true. It's the tiniest one. It's that guy. It's the weed dealer guy. It's like, come on, dog. You know how to do that to your dog? You know how to
I
do
see
your
what you
dog?
did there, dude. That's really good.
He did. He went down, and I remember when I was a kid, when my dad was in jail, he would call the house, and this is back. I don't know if they do this anymore, but it was collect calls back in the day, and
Oh,
they would
dude,
have
I
to. So
remember
you would
that.
have to accept the collect
Yeah.
call and it would charge you.
But the operator would ask you, right?
Yeah, when I was very young, it was an operator. Then it was an automated system where it'd go, you have a collect call from Cook County Jail inmate 42964 from, and then they would leave a portion where you'd say your name. You know, it would say, you know, you would say your name.
Donald.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then it would go to accept, press 1, you know, da. And my mother would sometimes she would get the jump on the phone and she would deny it, obviously, you know, because they were separated. He was calling to talk to me.
Yeah.
But she would kind of screw it off. But he got so keen on that he would leave what he wanted to say in the time where you say your name to me.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
So it'd be like, collect call from Cook County inmate 456 from, and you go, hey, what's up, Andrew? It's Dad. I just want to tell you that I love you. And it would cut him off at some point. But you know what I mean? He'd get a couple of things in there. But he was clever. He would do that a few times because my mom, they didn't, she don't like. So, you know, he would try to call me once in a while. But I got a few Cook County collect calls back in the day.
But I think they smartened up, didn't they? That you can only say it for 1 second.
It's quick.
Or something.
It was super quick.
Yeah.
They knew. And then at some point, I think at the last time I ever got a call, it never said the name. It just says, you have a collect call from Cook County Jail.
From 5.
From 5. And then it was like, do you accept?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like, you ought to know someone's calling you from jail.
Yeah,
you would know.
Yeah, they caught on pretty quickly.
And then in those later years, I always wondered about, I was learning about cards. You know, you can pay for cards for them to call and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, prepaid
And then I
phone
thought,
cards.
when I was a teenager, I was like, what if I saved money and got a card for him to call me just to make this whole transaction easier?
Yeah.
But by that time, he was already starting to get out.
So, and where did you grow up in Chicago?
Well, in the city until I was 9, and then we moved to the western suburbs. So I was kind of near the Gold Coast. We lived in buildings that Tom Rosenberg's company used to own. You want to talk about full circle?
And how old were you when your dad went to jail?
My parents split before I was 1, and he was in and out. He was a frequent visitor. He had a freaking flyer card of jail.
That's so crazy.
I think he was executive platinum at Cook County.
Really? He was Diamond Medallion?
He was Diamond. He got to board first for sure. Yeah. There was always room for the overhead bins.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
dude.
he went a few times. He went to, I don't even know. I don't really know the number because.
What did he go in for?
Blurred. Another thing.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. I can't. No.
No, I mean,
drugs. It was always drugs and drug related offense.
Oh, was he a drug addict?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was one of the best. He was one of the best.
One of the best.
I think he got voted 14th. He was 14th or 15th.
Oh, he was a state champ.
Yeah, he would go. You could never beat. Some of those guys are so good.
They're really good.
Yeah, you can't beat everybody.
Dude,
Did you have anybody in your family go away? Did you get anybody get locked up in your family?
just deported.
back
No,
back to the motherland,
dude.
But really,
my
though.
mom and my dad got deported.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude.
How old were you?
1.
And they got.
And my brother was 2. So what happened is that, well, I guess it's not deported, but we went to Mexico. They had their papers and all that stuff, and then at the border, my mom got into a fight with one of the border patrol people. They took away her green card.
No.
Yeah, dude. Because we were sick, so she's like, "No, you know what? We got to go back to the States." And my dad and my mom stayed in Mexico, and then we were in Chicago. They were paying a monthly fee to this person to take care of us.
Not a family member, just
some random person.
Wild.
And 1 and 2. Imagine that, dude. 1 and 2. This pretty good material for a comedy podcast. and then they crossed. Then they got deported. So they had to save up again. So it was a year and a half.
Now, when you say save up again is so wild, how much money do you need to come back?
That I don't know. It's probably, I think it was $300
to get
which
back.
in the 70s,
late 70s, that's a lot of money.
That was a lot of money.
That's a lot of money,
right? Especially for a migrant farm worker.
Yeah, that's saying $5,000 now. That's give me $5,000
working at Burger King.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
you still have to eat
in a month.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So they did that. They got us.
Wild.
It's crazy.
They're both migrant workers.
Migrant farm workers. Yeah.
No shit.
My dad's from Purificación, Jalisco. I just want to say that.
Sí, güey.
And my mom's from Charcas, San Luis Potosí. That felt good. I'm not gonna lie.
That does feel good.
Feels
Just
pretty good.
hearing it feels
You
good.
know what I mean?
And then when they finally made it back to the States, how long did it take for them to come back?
It was a year and a half, so I was 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you remember? That's so young. You're so young. You don't remember that, do you?
No, I just remember crying.
when you saw them?
No, crying when like we were by ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. How funny is this? Is this good?
hilarious.
Is this good material? Is this good shit?
No, but it's fascinating to know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a what it's. But all right, I will say, you want me to rope it back? It's really easy. It really does shape who you are to live those kind of those tough experiences. Make you so much stronger of a person.
Yeah.
So it definitely
Yeah.
does shape why you're probably good at what you do. Your perspective on the world is extremely unique. That's
You're like, you use that trauma
that's trauma.
for your work.
Well, good on you.
You know what I mean?
Did it work? It worked.
I have no idea. Dude, I'm like, do you think that it's a necessity for like actors and artists to have some kind of trauma in their life?
No, but I will
But
say
you're talking
that
to two people that had
have trauma. Yeah, yeah. So no, but
Yeah,
here's what
okay.
you know what I'm stealing this from Neil Brennan. And Neil Brennan's a great comic and a writer, and I'm gonna butcher it, but he has a joke about there's something. It's not mutually exclusive, but there's a reason to the madness that these great things come from terrible shit in art or in anything. And his example was in boxing. It's like you never saw a guy, they never announced a guy that was like, from Beverly Hills, California, Mike
yeah.
Sofield. You know, like every boxer had like the worst fucking experience growing up as a kid to get them to this place to make them so, like Mike Tyson's story is exactly that, where you're like, yeah, only a guy who's had such crazy trauma could harness it into this amazing energy and become one of the greatest of all time. So yeah, I think it helps. I don't think it's the only way, but I think great performers, artists, creators, whatever you want to say, they all got a little something in them, a little bit of sauce.
Yeah, maybe.
It's hard to have no sauce.
It's hard to pass up that analogy because I'm thinking, because I used to box as a kid.
Yeah. How many
And-
kids were from Beverly Hills? How many kids came from privileged
but
households?
Also, but here's the thing though. When you're boxing, you want to, I mean, like when you're poor, you're like, okay, what can I be good at to get out of the ghetto?
right.
Boxing.
Like a fight.
Like when you live in Beverly Hills, you're already set.
That's what he's saying, though. So to get good shit comes from tough things.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise you can't. There's no challenge. The kid that grows up in Beverly Hills, his challenges are less. So his need to get into something that's going to challenge him even more, like something competitive boxing, it's low. Probably.
And here's the crazy thing, because I went to Marist High School and there was like, it was nuts. It took me like an hour to get there every day, like in the morning. And dude, when you walk in, you're like, oh, dude, they have like a cross country track, like a Olympic track, like football fields, soccer
multiple.
fields,
Multiple.
It was like a college, but it was like a prep school. I've never seen so many depressed kids than being in like a fancy schmancy school.
Yeah, they had everything. It's all good.
There was no game.
When you're not sad about anything, then you're sad about everything because you don't have anything.
I understand what he's saying. Like you have to make light of it, and you're like you're swimming in shit, and you're like it's not that bad.
Yeah, shit's kind of warm.
You kind of get used to it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what my grandfather did. My humor came from my grandfather could joke about. He loved shitting on nice stuff because he had it so hard. They had lived such a hard life. It was so normal to joke about. Like he would say, it was like, the Willy Wonka phrase where Grandpa Joe's like, I bet the gold makes the chocolate taste terrible. It's like that idea that you're like, it's a golden ticket. It's like, yeah, but I bet it ruins the chocolate. My grandfather had that mentality where he would say stuff like, fancy restaurants, they turn the lights down low. They don't want you to see the food. It's like trying to shit on luxury because if you're a have-not, it's easier to shit on the everyone wants to see people punch up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see punching down is worthless,
Yeah.
But that's the mentality that you have to have, I think, to have some semblance of,
Normalcy.
Yeah, because otherwise it's so dark. But yeah, the richest and the that's why like when you raise a family in LA, and I'm sure your kids are going to live a great life, there's got to be a tough balance. I have friends who have kids that they get mad at them. They're like, these fucking kids have everything they've ever wanted, but you wanted to give them a better life.
Yeah.
So what do? You're not gonna make them take the bus.
No, but they're gonna get grit somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, I did want to ask you, like, so in the Gold Coast,
Yeah.
like, dude, when I grew up poor, it was actually a really good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what we're doing now, there would be like 8 to 10 guys. Like it would just, we would be in the corner, smoking weed or something, and just like, trying to, make each other laugh and stuff. Did you guys have that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I was so young when I was in the city. I was just such a kid. I was playing elevator tag with kids in the building. That was like my.
Oh, you guys had elevators, huh?
Yeah, dude.
That's cool,
yeah.
man.
We lived way up in the sky.
Whoa, dude.
I lived in a building in the sky. That's what I said to one of my teachers one time. I live in a building in the sky. We lived in these apartments that my mother could get us into because she worked for Rosenberg at the time, and we got
Wait, she worked for Rosenberg?
Yeah.
Coming full circle.
It's kind of wild. Yeah, we lived in these Section 8 houses, which, by the way, it's so funny. The internet is here, Section 8, and they're like, ooh. We applied because it was a single mother, so we could get Section 8 because my mom wasn't making any money, and so we lived in kind of nice buildings. Like it was,
dude, that's amazing.
It was a great loophole. We snuck through.
Dude, I didn't even know we were poor until we left.
Then you found out, huh?
Yeah, then I found out. Dude, I remember coming in, I think I was 19 years old in Hollywood, and I lived at the Oakwood Apartments.
You were an Oakwood kid.
I was in the Oakwood Apartments.
For people that don't know what that is, there's an apartment complex that's here in the Valley.
Right by Warner Brothers and Universal Studios.
Right, and it is where they house young talent who comes here for pilot season, or if you do get a pilot, they used to put families up there if you were underage because you had to live all together. So they were like, it was kind of like a family housing, long like short-term stay.
No, so what they had is that they had monthly rates.
Right, right.
So you can rent it for a month.
Yeah.
And which was perfect for like a manager, say from Minnesota who had 10 kids.
Right.
Right. And she just rents like 3 apartments, and sees, one of them or 2 of them will get a pilot. She'll get 10% of that. And it's a great investment.
It's wild.
So I slept on the floor, and I remember, dude, that's my first taste of stage moms. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if any kid had a tan or whatever, I stayed away from that mom because she was just talking shit to me the entire time, trying to get under my skin, dude. Oh yeah, Billy's. I got a couple national commercials. Yeah, and just try to intimidate me.
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
But it works because they're real.
Work.
They're
It did work.
They're
and
divisive,
that's what sucks.
man. Yeah. But you lived there solo. You were by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 19.
19 when you came to Oakwood, huh?
Yeah, that was such a weird.
How
time.
long did you stay there?
Well, it was
here. Like we're still there.
It was like 4 months. I got a part.
What was it? Do you remember?
I got a small part in My Fellow Americans.
I don't know it.
And then I came back. My roommate lost the apartment, and I lived in a van.
Where?
In the parking lot.
Of the Oakwood.
Yeah, of the Oakwood apartments,
awesome,
dude. And I just had I would just buy milk,
yeah.
And I had like a huge stash of cereal, and I would just fucking eat cereal, dude. I'm lactose intolerant too, so I'm like it didn't work out all that well. And I would shower in the clubhouse.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, dude. I still had a key because I'm like,
because you could still get in.
Yeah.
That's so wild. How long did you do that?
Just a month.
A month in the van. That's long enough.
That's long enough, dude, to be like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna get a job.
So was there ever a moment then and stuff like that where you're like, I should go back to Chicago. I gotta get out of here.
Never.
You never,
dude. I
never doubted it.
Dude, no, it's not that I never doubted it, but I'm like, dude, what am I gonna go to Chicago for? Like, work at the Board of Trade and like just be miserable
and smoke outside in the winter.
Yeah, smoke outside in the winter and just
right,
acclimate to the cold.
Yeah,
I was like, no, I didn't want to do that. For some reason, I was like, dude, I was so naive. I don't know why, man. I was like, I'm gonna make it, and everything pointed to the fact that there was no fucking way I was gonna make it.
Yeah, but
they weren't hiring Latin people back in the day.
Like because all the roles were that. I mean, Bobby and I talk about that all the time. That back when he started, it was always like, Asian guy, store clerk, and when he'd go in, they'd be like, "Can you do a little bit more Asian?"
Yeah,
and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm from San Diego," and they're like, "I know, but can you like Chinese it up?"
Dude, Chinese it up.
They're like, "Can you Chinese it up a little bit?"
Oh my god!
But he said they would say that stuff to him, but it was so normal back then for them to be like a cash runner to be like, can you do more of a Mexican thing? Or
Oh, dude, it was written there, and I'm from Chicago, so like the whole Latin thing, like, hey, dog, what's up, dog? Like, I had to learn how to do that. Like, it was
And they asked for
because
it.
everybody sounds like Joe Pesci in Chicago.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And no, but do you remember? No, you're too young. I think there was breakdowns. Like if there was a
I remember breakdowns.
if there was a movie, whatever, there were breakdowns and they give you a description of the character and who they're looking for. And when I started, the lead, Caucasian only. Second, Caucasian only. Third, and
The good old days, man.
the good
when we
old
ran
days,
it.
dude. Woo! Dude, it wasn't until like the 13th role I was like open to other ethnicities, and it'd be like gangbanger. One line, I was like, gotta start somewhere.
Gotta do gangbanger
Gotta
one
go
line.
fucking. I was like, what can't do gang?
But you know what? The breakdown thing, the thing that always bummed me out, what I would see is they'd say, we want someone like whatever. And they would say, pick a name. And then you're like, well, just get that fucking guy then. Why do you, that always bothered me. If they said something like, they do this now referentially, they'll be like a Michael Peña type. And you're like,
they don't do that.
Yes,
but
they
you know
do.
what I mean?
Yeah, they do, but they do. In the
Like
sense,
a Don Cheadle type.
Okay, that's it. Okay. You're way better than Don Cheadle.
No
Listen up,
way,
Don. Listen up,
dude.
Don Cheadle.
Don is so money,
Listen
bro.
up, Don Cheadle.
Dude, by the way, I did a movie with Don Cheadle. It was called United States of Leland. And that was like, I was maybe 2000, 23 years ago. And he's such a fucking good actor,
Yeah, he's
dude.
so good.
He's so good. He started talking to me and I was like, what, dude? Cut. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's to that level.
He's up there.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to study.
He's a talented fucking dude.
I didn't know he was acting.
He's that good that you're like, oh.
I thought he didn't hear the action, right? And he,
was-
just
he was
decided to
already
talk
moving.
to me. And yeah, it was that incredible.
Yes, he is amazing. You're still better. I said it, Don Cheadle. But I think that like when they use names for an example, it always bummed me out because
Why?
Because I know I look so unique that like you either want a redheaded guy or you don't. There is no like,
Dude, but is there really like a redheaded guy? I'm like, oh, you can win whatever role you want.
nah.
The world is your oyster.
No, but I
dude.
always say like
Dave.
my thing was always you never saw a movie that was like and the romantic love interest was a redheaded guy that walks in. Like it just was never
Dude.
it was never a thing. So it always like I look so different than most guys that I would go up against that I would see a room full of guys and be like, well, it's either they want me or no. There is not going to be it's kind of between you and this guy. It was either like no to those normal looking fucking white guys or this obviously different looking fucking white guy.
Okay, for Dave, was it redhead specific?
No, with Dave, with Dave, it was he wanted someone that didn't look just like him because his manager is, who I play, Mike, who's a real guy, is this sweet hippie kid from Chicago, Jewish kid who's kind of stony and chill and has curly hair. And he was like, I can't have this guy
Look just like
should
me.
look like me but act a little bit
Yeah.
different. He's like, I can't, I gotta have a polar opposite, which is true.
Yeah.
Dave and I couldn't be more different in looks and in reality. So
Yeah.
like they wanted something completely out of the ordinary. And when Dave and I read, the chemistry was wonderful with that dude.
Dude,
You
by
know?
the way, you just reminded me of something, dude, because I'm like, I remember starting out and I was, auditioning for all these gangster roles or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what sucked is when you saw like real gangbangers that were scary.
Yeah.
You're like, shit, dude. I was like, you buy a ski cap and like a button down
What do
shirt.
gangsters wear?
Yeah.
That's it. You're at home like, what does a gangster get? How does a gangster get into character? Does he have
Dude,
a
it's
bang
not
bang
only-
gun?
Dude, and then you're like, it's home night, keeping on the fucking paradise. You're like, dude, just getting it.
That's on the way there.
Yeah, it's on the way there. You're getting yourself
on the way
psyched
home,
up.
it's Journey. Don't stop believing.
Or like
I'm gonna get the role.
Or Coldplay.
Right. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
No, but back then, no use yellow.
Right. It was all
Oh,
yellow.
shit. I know I didn't get the part.
When you know you lost the role
Dude,
again.
but you psych yourself up to such a point that you're like, dude, I can get this. And
Yeah.
then you're
a
like,
hard
dude,
no.
does the guy really have a barcode tattooed, to the back of his head? And it was a real thing.
That was Danny Trejo's story. Trejo came on the show a couple years ago and told
Really?
me That, he had gotten out of jail, young guy, just made a couple mistakes, and he had been an extra, I think, on
I thought you were going to say, just a young guy, just made a couple hundred mistakes.
couple hundred mistakes. And he was a background guy, and they were trying to teach some guy how to fight or something like that. I'm stupid to not remember. But the director was like, because they asked Danny, and Danny was like, no, that's kind of not how it goes. Like in jail, like it's kind of like this. You know what I mean? And the guy was like, can you show the actor like what this would look like? And he did it, and the guy was literally like, can we hire this guy? Can we hire him to like do this more often?
Whoa.
And that was partly how Danny even got into the world of acting, and then said the same thing. They hired him exclusively for a while, just being like, can you be a tough guy, gangster guy? And he's like, can I do anything else? And they're like, no, you got to be tough guy, gangster guy.
Yeah, can you imagine like playing like general counsel?
So funny though.
Like,
so
can you imagine
funny.
that, dude? That would be awesome.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, I object. You know what I mean? I would love to see that.
Erroneous information. That would be kind of dope. But he finally did kind of get to not play just the exact same thing. At some point, he started to realize that he didn't want to be like always this like the bad guy, quote unquote, or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was saying that's literally how it led in, because he was like, I was someone that got in trouble for, beating the shit out of people. And he's like, this is in his words, but he was like, once I gave myself to God and realized that I just have to be of service of others because I had taken so much from society, there's like, I want to start giving back.
That's what you think.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel the exact same way. Once you want to like give back, he's like, it just started to come to him. His story was wild though. He was like taking out his neighbor's trash too. And his neighbor introduced him to the guy that got him on a movie set. Like the neighbor was so old, he was an old man, he was dragging out his trash cans, and he was like, you're such a sweet guy. If you ever need work, he's like, I do. And that's kind of how this whole thing started.
Dude, now I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna.
You need to live. The Trejo
watch
episode is great, but it is kind of funny to hear because his perspective was similar in the idea that, you acting was something you always wanted to do.
No, not for me. But we get back to that.
Really though?
No, I was a wrestler. I took 6th and state in Illinois.
Whoa.
And then I was like, I was like an athlete.
But then how did acting
I was
fall
not.
in?
I was really good, but I wasn't great.
Where did acting slot in?
And I was, and then I'm like, I was one of those dudes that I was doing calculus my junior year of high school. So I thought I was going to get into finance.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Because numbers, like, for some reason, they made sense to me.
Are you autistic?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
See the way you said it, I think you are.
No,
Yeah.
but I don't even know what autistic means.
So you are.
Like, what does that mean?
No, I know. No, you're on this. No, sometimes autistic kids are phenomenal with numbers. Like, can you name, May 14th, 1912? What day was that?
No.
No, you're
definitely
not.
not. No.
Just guess though, just for
Blank.
fun. Just
Wednesday.
guess. If it's a Wednesday, I'm gonna look it up. If it's a Wednesday, hold on.
No, it's not. Dude, come on.
May 14th, 1912. Oh my God.
Saturday.
It was a Saturday, yeah. How'd you know? See, you did. That was a whole trick.
No, but what was it really?
What day was May 14th, 1912? Tuesday.
That was the day off.
Come on, it's one day.
Dude, I'm like, well, who can memorize that, dude?
No, that is a trait that
Is there like I wonder if there was an algorithm mentally.
there is. There's got to be like there is.
Oh, it's probably based on like where the one moves in January, right?
See, you would know. You would know this. This is why you're good with numbers. For me, I'm like, those guys are just smart guys. That's the only way I logically. I'm so stupid. I'm like, that's just
Those
a smart
guys
guy.
can hit pretty
Those guys
well.
are just smarty pants.
Dude, I tell you what, dude, the one and the one always equal two. Yeah.
So how did you then? How athlete numbers? Why act? Where'd that come in?
Well, no. I was going to go to Northwestern Business School.
Woo, smart boy.
And
Smart boy.
And so but dude, where I went, everybody was going to Brown and Yale and all that
Jesus.
stuff. You know what I mean? So I was like, whatever. And I was working at Harris Bank, and they were going to pay for I just took a bunch of tests junior year, and they're like, okay, great, we'll pay for your college, but you have to be like an executive for 5 years. I was like, wait, it's going to take me like 6 years 11 years. I'm like, oof, I don't know if I want to do this. My best friend's mom, because I worked at the Board of Trade, And I was imitating these guys all coked out of their brain. They were just coked out.
Just jaw jacking.
Dude, yeah, just jaw jacking.
It's like, I don't know, man. Corn's probably gonna push.
Dude, you know what's
no
gonna
idea.
Dude, here's what I love. Here's what I love. You know, it's always like, here's what I love. And they want to talk about everything, dude. And I'm like, dude, okay, enough. And so I was imitating him, and that's when she said, like, dude, you're really good at imitating. Why don't you try acting? And I said, I think it's a little bit more involved in that. She's like, I don't think so. And she was right. She was right, dude.
She was right.
She was right.
What's her name?
Sylvia Torres.
Shout out.
Dude, to
Miss
Sylvia Torres.
Torres, you knew it, baby. She was right. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. And I was like, oh, yeah. And for some reason, that made sense to me, the way she said it.
She was like, yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, right.
Just imitate.
Just gave you a little bit of clarity because you were like, come on,
But
that's...
dude, what a great piece of advice. He's like, just imitate the person on the page.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you're right. And
Yeah.
I've been doing that ever since. Of course, I'm like, I had to study and go back. And I was
Sure.
like, but she was very right.
But the initial clarity you had was just from Miss Torres just giving you the real shit.
Yeah, dude. Because I'm like, I'm like the, 30 minutes or less. Or, I did this movie, what is it? Observe and Report.
Yeah, observe and report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was a dude who was like black and Mexican in my high school, and he kind of acted like a pimp, and I was like, I'm gonna do that.
That's the guy you knew.
That's the guy.
That's why.
That's the guy.
Black and Mexican. Blaxican.
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 I think I say it in the movie too.
Or Mexiblack. Or Black. It's just Blaxican works so much better.
Yeah,
for some
dude.
reason.
Why not, dude? You had it the first try.
All right, you don't have to say this. If you can pass. But I would say,
Pass.
all right.
What? No. What was it?
I was going to say get naked. Best movie that you've done, worst movie that you've done.
Oh my gosh.
It's tough. That's tough.
Can I give you like?
Nah, don't make it too convoluted. Just
You
do
suck.
it. Just
Well,
give it to me.
no. I'll give you like different parts of my life. How's that?
Sure.
For different reasons. Like number one, like I told you, when Crash won the Oscar, I was by myself, like at one of these Hollywood parties.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, yeah. And all these exec looked at me just like, there was agents and all that, like, who's this asshole? But it changed my life.
Yeah.
It totally changed my life. It was the first time that I had like a real part. And so that I can, because you studied, that I can pour everything into. And I was like, oh, dude, like there's history, there's blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I can really act in this part. And Crash was that. I thought, I was like, dude, this will get me more guest stars. I can work a little bit more.
That was your first thought. I'm
Yeah.
going to get some more fucking guest stars.
I'm gonna get a little bit more work.
Yeah.
Because I only worked on it for a week, and a guest star's a week
Yeah.
of work. So that one, and then, dude, I remember from that I met Oliver Stone. Wow. And then I co-starred in a movie for Oliver Stone, dude. And I tried to talk myself out. Try to talk him out of it. And I was like, dude, here's the thing. I've never starred in anything. The most I've ever worked on something is like 4 days for Crash.
You're telling Oliver Stone you don't want to do it.
I was like, I'm just telling you, I'm just being honest. And I thought, honesty's the best policy. And he's like, you're the guy. And so he hired me anyway. And so, but anyway, Crash was really cool.
Yeah.
End of Watch is another one
Yeah.
where I'm like, I spent 5 months researching and going through just studying and stuff is something that it's almost like golf. You know how when you're working on a
Yeah.
shot and you're just working on the shot
Over
and then
and
you're
over.
like, and then you're like just waiting for that discovery, waiting for something to click, and then it clicks. So End of Watch. Narcos is another one.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, I sat with the material for like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. I don't know. Whatever. It was a long time that I was able to sit with it. I felt comfortable with it,
All right, give me the worst. What's the thing that you did that...
Wow, you were just fucking waiting, huh?
I knew.
You're like, just say whatever you want.
You know what it is? Because we all have... Well, I have way more than you do of things that you've been at it for so much longer than I have. But I have so many things where I'm like, God, is that so stupid?
Dude, you know what's crazy? Oh, you son of
I'm proud of everything I've ever done.
Dude,
Don't lie to me, dude. Don't give me the Hollywood answer.
No, but it's just you.
Give me the one where
Just
you
the
know.
way you waited.
I know.
Just the way you're like, yeah.
I'm pretty good at this. I know what I'm doing.
What's the worst? What's the worst?
What's the one?
And you just enjoyed the shit out of it, dude.
What's the one that you're like, gosh,
What's the worst?
that was just...
Shit, man.
You can do it. It's over. It's in the past. You're never going to do it again.
Oh, man.
Rip off the Band-Aid, dude. What's the one?
Oh, gosh. Dude, and it feels like I blocked it out. It's making me so nervous right now.
Give me a stinker, dude. Give me a big steam. You know when your dog takes a shit and you see the steam coming off in the morning? What was that for you? What was a stinker?
Oh, my gosh.
That's so fun for me. For some reason, it feels so good to watch you
dude,
think
now
about
I'm
it.
burping and like sweating.
What's his name? What's his name? He's like, the burping. Yeah, I killed. Of course I killed
Dude,
him.
I
killed
literally
all of
have
them.
blocked it out. I've blocked them out.
When
Okay, I don't know about the movie,
Okay.
It's Sucking, but I sucked.
You sucked in it. That's even more.
sucked.
That's better, right? That's more humble. Which one did you suck in?
I think I sucked on Cesar Chavez.
Why?
Because I didn't feel like I really got in there and I had enough time to do it.
You felt underprepared.
And I was like, I didn't connect with the material and it's bugged me ever since.
Really?
And then when I see it and I was like, I didn't connect. I fucking suck.
Is that? But you carry it with you at all, or no? It's bad. It's gone. It's gone.
Dude, I absolutely carry it with me.
So on the golf course, if I need to fuck with you, I'm gonna go Cesar Chavez.
No, because now it's
never.
It's like golf is to you where you piss yourself off.
Yeah.
It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like nobody's gonna piss me off. Like I got horrible reviews, so it's like I got what I deserved.
Did you eat
Right.
that? You eat that stuff, the reviews, or you don't? You pay no mind.
No, dude, because I'm like reviews are so weird because I'm like if you look at Rotten Tomatoes, right? I don't agree with most of their shit.
Yeah, that's all.
Like
yeah.
if there's a comedy and it's around 50%, it's probably really good.
Really good, yeah.
Probably
yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
20%?
Could be good.
It could be really good. I don't know. Who knows?
And if it's
But they're-
really bad bomb, then I'm like, this movie's hilarious.
Like, dude, sometimes it's like 85%. And then you see it and you're like, this is a load of shit.
yeah, 100%.
Like, what box is it hitting?
Yeah, it's
Like, so I'm like, well, comedies, no. Dramas, a little bit more. But I do, I think, especially if I know that I shit the bed, I'll rate them all.
You will.
Fuck it.
Wow, that's so masochistic. You like the pain. You're like, I want to feel the pain.
No, and also like, I want to see if they're right.
Oh,
Because I'm like, nope, that's not why I sucked.
You know why you suck. You're like, you're wrong about why I sucked.
Yep.
You almost want to write them and be like, dude, you're wrong.
Yeah.
My suck is way
And
different.
I was like, I didn't personalize it. I didn't actually connect with the material enough, right? So that I was charged up about it. That's really the why,
Sure.
right? And instead they'll be like, he's miscast, he was this, he was that. It's like, no, dude. I just needed to do a little bit more research until I could really, really get into it.
Was there a name? You don't have to say it. Is there ever a name in someone that criticizes you that you've seen multiple times that you like? It's like, you know it.
Oh, like if there's somebody that's after me, like in terms of a critic?
Yeah.
No,
Okay, good.
I don't read the names. I just read and I'm just like, oh, just like you on the golf course.
But listen up there, critics. You hear that? He don't read the names. You don't mean nothing, baby. That's my favorite thing is like, they know that a lot of times critics are nameless and faceless, so they get to just say whatever they want, as cruel or as complimentary as it may be. But the trick is you don't remember the names. So that hurts a little bit. That hurts a little bit for the critics, I'm sure.
But here's the thing though, dude.
But they get to take the shots.
If it's something good,
It hits, it sticks.
I get all the names.
Yeah, yeah, you know the names.
I'm like, that guy's cool.
Yeah.
That guy's cool.
That guy is cool. Okay. I love you. I appreciate you. We got to get you back to bed. You have a big early day tomorrow. I've given away more cash to strangers on the street. We're going to put Mr. Peña's address right here so you guys can show up out in front of his house at any point and ask for cash. He has tons of cash on him at any given time. His phone number will be right under it as well. We end the show the same way with one word or one phrase. You look in that camera and you say one word or one phrase that's going to end the episode. It's embedded in history forever. So make it count whenever you're ready. That camera, one word or one phrase.
Shitting the bed.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.